Hello again, tennis fans. James Anadakis here, and today on the Changeover show, once again, an amazing group of panelists. We're joined by Sim Priprat, General C.Q. Brown Jr. of the United States Air Force, and Mark Stern, who's come in as a bit of a last addition, host of the US Open podcast. Before we begin today's show, let's catch up on what you may have missed around the grounds.
Oh, it's a fabulous point from both players.
So we're doing it, but pulling the trigger there. What a shot.
What a combination. Goodness me, she is looking at home in this stadium. The prize on the line. Things getting serious here in New York City.
Walking to the net and into the quarterfinals.
6-3, 6-2.
Well, absolutely fantastic tennis, of course, around the grounds. We've got General C.Q. Brown on the show. Welcome, General C.Q. Brown, on Military Appreciation Day. An absolute honor to have you on the show. Welcome, my friends.
Thank you, James. It's a real honor to be here.
I know you're a big tennis fan as well. We're going to try and make comparisons between the military and between tennis throughout the course of this show. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I think you're going to help us along the way.
Sure, be my pleasure to do so.
And we're going to talk obviously about some of the tennis. Nadal and TFO, an absolutely incredible match, one that will be long remembered.
Boy, what an unbelievable match by Frances Tiafoe, the 24-year-old American, on his own turf in front of his home crowd, really playing into the environment at Flushing under the sunlight and lights at Arthur Ashe Stadium. You know, heading in, he had never beaten Rafael Nadal, and today this was his biggest win, arguably of his entire career, taking down Rafa, the 22-time Grand Slam champion, somebody who has won 4 times here at Flushing. You know, Tiafoe, he mentioned before heading into this match that his intensity from the first point to the last was going to be so important, and he couldn't have any dips, and that's exactly what he did today. Good win for Frances Tiafoe.
Jay Farrow, welcome to the show. No, sorry, wait, it's Mark Stern. Jay Farrow abandoned our show last minute. We know you're a bit of a funny guy, but there's nothing funny about standing people up, Jay. If you are watching the show, this was your big chance, my friend. Instead, we've got Mark Stern. Mark, welcome to the show. Jessica Pegula is through, and she is looking, honestly, like a real threat here at the US Open.
She absolutely, James, it's wonderful to be back. It's wonderful to see everybody. I'm so thrilled to be here. And boy, what a day we're having in tennis. And Jessica Pegula, as you said, she just looks like she is locked in. Another American, I'm sure we'll talk about later, Coco Gauff, looked absolutely locked in yesterday. But, you know, Jessica Pegula, as the top-ranked American in the world right now, is playing with it. This entire year, it feels like she's taking her game to the next level and really feels like this could be her tournament.
If you like this guy's voice, check out the US Open podcast for more of Mark Stern's dulcet tones. General C.Q. Brown, I know you've been here watching some tennis today. You watched a little bit of Nadal as well, didn't you? Have you been enjoying yourself today? You've been involved with some of the activities around the grounds as well?
I have, and you know, one of the things I would also highlight today is Lieutenant General Hunt, US Open Military Appreciation Day, and that's part of the reason why I'm here. And so I've had a chance this morning to play on Arthur Ashe Stadium with some other veterans. A chance to watch some matches today, a chance to talk to some family members of the fallen, but really just watching some really great tennis today. So it's been a real pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and it's an honor to have you here. And just before we move on to our next section, Prim, we're just going to get your thoughts on Kvitova and Pegula. Pegula really was dominant in that match. I expected it to be a bit more of a battle, but Pegula just seems to have found another level today.
She really did. I would call her performance efficient, if you will. And just a good win over the veteran, Petra Kvitova. It was her first win over Kvitova ever. Also now reaching the quarterfinals for the first time here at the US Open. But nonetheless, I have to give credit, we all have to give credit to Petra Kvitova. So nice to see the 2-time Grand Slam champion back at her form since that unfortunate stabbing attack in 2016 and all the injuries and all the obstacles that she's endured since suffering that incident. So I really hope that she's able to leave this tournament with her head high.
Iga Swiatek is looking for her first ever US Open slam. She's just won and is on her way and looking good here.
Wow, after dropping that first set to Julia Niemeyer, I mean, she came plowing back, ready to win and ready to fight. I mean, listen, Iga has never lost to a player outside the top 100 at a Grand Slam, and today she was not about to snap that streak. But you know what? Niemeyer has been so good. She had a breakout performance earlier this year, quarterfinals at Wimbledon. She had never won actually a tour level hardcourt match until this US Open. So she was really had a lot of momentum coming in. But you know what? Swiatek was just too girl. You don't want to mess around with the world #1. And she got such a good victory today.
Earlier this week, we had Dylan Sadiq, also known as the College Cuber here at the US Open. I don't know if you've seen any of his work. It looks amazing. He created this amazing piece of Iga Swiatek artwork, all made out of Rubik's Cubes. And today's in or out, if I locked you in a room, which we've actually done with Prim, and you couldn't come out until you completed the Rubik's Cube, would you be stuck in that room forever? We're going to start with you, Prim, because this is pretty much the question we're throwing to you. If you can't complete a Rubik's Cube, we're going to keep you in that room forever. In or out?
I think I might be out. I don't know. I'm getting confused. Does in mean I'm locked or out means I can get out? I think I could do the Rubik's Cubes. I don't think I can do the artwork. There's no way. I would be locked in forever.
If you're in, it means you think you can do it, but we'll take locked in forever. General Brown, I mean, look, we know how much of an incredible career you've had. You're an intelligent man, but Rubik's Cubes, they're a whole nother skill. If we locked you in a room, which I honestly, believe me, we wouldn't, but if we did, would you be able to get out, in or out?
Can I ask a question? Would I have access to the internet?
I'm afraid no internet.
Okay,
very limited
facilities.
facilities.
Without YouTube, I think I'd have a hard time getting it done.
Have you ever had a go at doing a Rubik's Cube?
Many, many years ago, and not so well.
I feel like we should have one on the show. Come on, guys. Where's the Rubik's Cube? Mark Stern, you're pretty much locked in a room for most of the US Open, doing the US Open podcast. Would you escape if you had to solve a Rubik's Cube?
Would I be allowed to dismantle the Rubik's Cube entirely and then put it back together? If I could do that, yes, I would be okay.
Everyone here's shaking their heads, but I think, yeah, let's give it to him. It's creative thinking. No? Okay, sorry, Mark. You're stuck in the room. All right, let's take a look at Match Insights with IBM Watson, the AI-powered fact sheets that get you up to speed on every singles match here at the US Open. And you can see that Watson's analysis gives Carlos Alcaraz the edge over Marin Cilic with a 60% chance to win. This figure comes from a comprehensive analysis that includes score, statistics, and expert opinion. And as we take a look at the IBM Power Index, we can see Alcaraz has the edge there as well, coming in at number 5. Well, that's the IBM Watson's analysis. But if you want to have a go, check out usopen.org/match insights to share your own thoughts on the match. Prim, it is your turn. What are you expecting to see? Alcaraz versus Cilic. It could be an absolute cracker of a match.
An absolute cracker of a match. I totally agree. I think this is going to be such a great matchup of two different playing styles. You know, the former U.S. Open champion and towering 6'6" veteran Marin Cilic with a big serve versus the Spaniard and Team Star ranked top 10 in the world, Carlos Alcaraz, a so-called modern version of Rafa Nadal. Ooh. But this is, you know what, their third meeting this year. They met in Miami and Cincinnati. Alcaraz won both of those in straight sets. I kind of agree with IBM Watson. I think we might see the same from these two tonight on Ash, but who knows? Anything can happen.
Just say Rafael Nadal's name again.
Rafael Nadal.
General Brown, what are you thinking, Cilic or Alcaraz? It's a tough one, this, isn't it?
I'm going to go with Alcaraz, and that's based on Prim's analysis there, because I haven't followed either one of the matches that they've had earlier this year, but third time's a charm, so I think he'll get it again.
Cilic is going deep in his career, though, isn't he? And he seems capable of nearly his best tennis. Obviously, a former winner here as well. Mark Stern, we're going to ask you about Daniel Collins versus Aryna Sabalenka. Sabalenka's looking pretty good here. You know, former world number 2. She's obviously ranked number 6 here at the US Open. What do you think out of those two?
I love the game. I love both the players. I think they're playing brilliantly as they come into this match. But watching Danielle Collins in that match the other night, first of all, she maybe has the best backhand I've ever seen. It's just so fierce and so precise, and she is locked in. And I love what she said at the end of that match after she won. She said, you know what? I'm having the time of my life. She really seems like she's playing with that kind of confidence. And this is nothing against Sabalenka, but I love Collins in this match.
Well, that's nearly it for this episode of the Changeover show. General Brown, you know, we've enjoyed having you on the show. Are you going to try and get to watch some more matches now that you're here at the US Open?
Oh, most definitely. We'll be here a little bit later this evening for this evening's match, and looking forward to really the rest of the tournament as well.
Thank you to all those who have served here at Military Appreciation Day. And we dedicate the show to Jay Farrow, who has missed us today. But Jay, hopefully, my friend, you're watching, and we may see you again in the future. That's it for today's show. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.